Disclaimer. This is the opinion of one idiot on the internet, and you don't have to take it very seriously. We all have our own opinions. Be respectful in the comments. Thank you. Enjoy the video. You know what? Stardew Valley is that game that I can't tell if I played way too much of or just not nearly enough. Yeah, honestly, this is probably one of my favorite games of all time. I am a massive fan of Stardew Valley. Such a relaxing, cozy game. One of the biggest appeals to that game is honestly the villagers. So let's take all that amazing character writing and objectify the fuck out of it, shall we? Okay, I want to get this started with a few characters that I'm honestly heavily biased towards. Abigail, look. This is my favorite character in the game. Pelican Town's resident weird gamer girl. Who would have known? Said no one I know. Like, she's the best girl. She's the only like character that I've actually gone through the hassle to romance multiple times. She has a relatively like flat arc. She doesn't change that much. More than that, I also just super relate to Abigail. Really, just like both my parents were very traditional growing up, so I do relate a lot to her story. But my love of Abigail can only be equally weighed by my general lust for Elliot. That's not a joke. This is shallow. This is really shallow. I just think he's pretty. That's honestly it. He should be rated lower than Abigail because of that boat cutscene, which is a little. What are you doing there, man? That is not Elliot's fault. That is Concerned Apes for accidental writing decisions that will make a character look so much worse than they are, which will come back in spades. Just trust me. But yeah, I don't have much to say. He is a little dull. I relate to like the depressed loner artist part of it, but he's a little pretentious and a little dull, to be honest. And also, what the f are your gifts, man? But if you marry him, he does give you coffee. Quite frankly, tea and coffee is the quickest way to my heart. Mayor Luigi, also known as Mayor Luis. My opinion on Mayor Luis has flipped so much from when I started playing this game, because I usually like tolerate it. I never really interact with him much. I know that it really did any of the cutscenes with him. I hate Mayor Luis now. I hate Mayor Luis. He is everything that I honestly hate about other people. Vain, narcissistic. He's in a really weird relationship with Marnie that has very glaring problems. This is like this is not a me opinion. This is like possibly the most hated character in all of Stardew Valley, and I gotta say, don't like him, don't like his vibes. I think this man deserves Guantanamo Bay, quite frankly. Hell. The only tier possible for Mayor Luis is hell. I cannot stand this man. Pierre. This might be the character that I hate the most. Like, I generally, like I've said, I've romanced Abigail multiple times in the game. I'm generally friends with Caroline because I want that tea plant, yo. But God, do I just hate, man, I just hate him. I hate him. He's so greedy. All of his interactions revolve around money, and he just rubs me the wrong way. He's just such a dick. I hate him so much. And what's up with his stash? I want to know what's up with the stash, I so want to know what it is. Is it drugs? Porn? A DNA test? Because Abigail is definitely not his kid. Hell. Absolutely hell. Morris is another character that everyone hates. Everyone hates this dumb capitalist douchebag who just seems like the smarmiest ass in the entirety of Pelican Town. Everyone dislikes him. I don't have very many thoughts other than like he's a douchebag capitalist, so F tier. He doesn't deserve hell, I don't think, unlike those two. I'm not a fan, not really a fan. And Grandpa. There isn't much to say about him. He doesn't really show up to other than to judge you. He has your best interest in mind. He's not a bad dude. He gives you a whole farm because he knows that your life you'd hate it. He just leaves you a whole ass farm. Like, that is a kind man. I like Grandpa quite a bit. Best tier. All right, let's move on to the bachelorettes. To be frank, I would actually rate most of these pretty highly, but let's start with Emily. I like Emily quite a bit. I do. She, again, weird girl, like big weird girl energy, very big hippie, like definitely dabbles in party drugs, at least a little bit, but generally very kind, actually. I quite like Emily. I wouldn't maybe put her as high as like S tier, and I would rate her lower because I've watched a potato loving friend stalk and marry her in the first month of the game, which I will never be able to unsee. Quite like Emily. I think an A is fine. She's cool. I generally like her vibes. Can I be real for like 1 second? I really dislike Hayley. I know this is gonna be a controversial opinion, man. I really dislike Hayley. Anyway, she's like mean to you within the first 5 seconds of meeting, which who the f does that? I know she softens up and she generally is like nicer later on. I just don't like her. I just don't like her. I can't deal with people like that. I have no patience for people who are a little bratty, to be honest. C tier. I don't hate her. I know she grows a lot during the course of the game, but Leah, I like Leah. I do. I think she's not really got much going on compared to some of the other like bachelorettes. Loner, like kind of hippie artist type, pretty cool. You get to punch her ex, kind of has a like whole thing. Story's pretty good. I don't have that much to say on it. I would say B tier, to be completely honest. Not my favorite, not a character I dislike. Maru, look, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like S tier. I like Maru a lot. Maru is like my second choice after Abigail as far as the bachelorettes go. Fun, nerdy, like again, weird girl. All the weird ones are gonna rank very high in this list. Very fun. I like her story art. Demetrius could chill the fuck out though. Holy dude. This man is not a helicopter parent. He is a helicarrier parent. Also, can we just appreciate how like easy her loved gifts are to find for like 5 minutes? It's so pleasant. Penny. I don't have that much to say. I don't interact with Penny that much, and I've never romanced her personally. I don't have that much to say other than she needs a hug. Like, I feel so sorry for Penny. I go out of my way anytime I see her to talk to her in game because she makes me sad, man. She clearly has too much going on. I don't know if I'd ever do a playthrough where I romance her or not. Although, Pirate Room, that is a bonus. That is something you get at like 14 Arts. I do like Penny. I do. Don't get me wrong. I think she's a very sweet person. I just don't like her that much. God, I can't put Penny in. I'm going to put her in C. I can't put her in below that personally. And the newest one, Sandy, which I have not had a chance to romance her quite yet, even though I will because she's gorgeous. Let's be real. I don't know that much. I can't rate her too highly because I just don't know that much about the character. I know she got an illegal casino running in her shop, but honestly, I can't rate her too highly. This is another Elliot case where it's just purely a lustful choice. I feel like B tier is like fine for someone I don't really know that much about. The Bachelors, like I'm not gonna lie to you, man. These are gonna rate lower. Personally, I am a little biased, admittedly. I've always gotten along with women better than I do men IRL. And I kind of think the majority of the Bachelors are kind of losers in this game. I'm not gonna lie. Like Alex, misogynist, arrogant, kind of a superficial tool. I do have an opinion. I don't think he's like the lowest. I don't think I'd rate him very highly. I don't think he's like the lowest on this list. I think he's a great option if you're playing as a dude because he actually does have a very interesting story. If you're playing as a male, he does not change that much if you're not, and he gives off massive dude bro vibes, and I don't much care for him. D tier. Clint gets a bad rap, man. The way he's written, and this is another case of like concerned ape dropping the ball with this character. And the way he's written, he needs a little bit of a rewrite, in that he just kind of comes off as a little bit of an incel accidentally. He's not. He likes Emily. He respects that scene in the bushes though. What the fuck, dude? The fuck? He's not as bad as people think. I don't think that highly of him. I don't mind him. D or C. I could go either way on him. I don't have that high of an opinion of Clint, to be honest. He's more useful than anything else. Like, he does come off really creepy though, and that's not the vibe. Harvey is so painfully boring. Like, oh my fucking god, rent a personality, man. He is I did not know anything. I don't really interact with Harvey that much. I did not know anything about it. I actually had to look up anything about him. Turns out there's nothing. He is he's such a painfully boring character, and I have very little to say of him. Although in 2026, being a milquetoast, boring human being, it's not that bad of a trait, to be honest. A lot of people are a little bit too much. I don't like his mustache. I don't have that much of an opinion on him. I don't think he's that bad. I'm putting him in C. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I mean, Sam. He's not got anything going on, man. He's so boring. He reads super like teenagerish to me, and I just don't think he's got that much. Personally, I really just don't think he's got that much going on. I think he's a little dull, to be honest. I don't hate him. I just don't think about him much. C tier. He doesn't see. Sebastian, I actually like quite a bit. I relate to him a lot. Someone who has like at times dealt with like extremely bad social anxiety, and is admittedly a bit of a loner, and very introverted and a bit of a loner. I relate heavily to Sebastian. I like Sebastian a bit. I'm gonna put him in S tier he would go in Abigail. He would go in Abigail tier if it wasn't for two things. I think he's on Reddit too much. He comes off as a Redditor, and that's like, we're gonna put you lower for that. Also, he's a smoker, which is like honestly my biggest turn off. A lot of my family is like heavy smokers, and I cannot stand the smell of cigarette smokes. I know he like tries to quit that as you get to know him, but which is nice. Shane, I don't have many thoughts on him, to be honest. I do, again, it's another one of those, I do relate to his story a little bit. He's a bit of a slob. He's like the definition of a loser, to be honest. I like his story, and I do, it's another one of those like Sebastian where I honestly relate to him a little bit. I struggle a lot with depression and anxiety, and I want to help him out. Yeah, he's another character like Penny where I do have some empathy for him, and I think his story is very interesting, and he loves his animals and his chickens. I can't fault him for that. I have to rate him a little highly, honestly. B tier. Let's go on to the shop owners, shall we? Gus is a lad. He looks like Mario. I swear to God, this is a conspiracy theory, but Mayor Luis and Gus are related just because they look like Mario and Luigi. I like Gus. I don't interact with Gus nearly enough in game, so I'm gonna put him in A tier. I think he's just a lad. I really do. Gunther, not really a shop, but I'm gonna count it. Generally kind of a lad, like it does well for the museum. Possible ghost, like possible Civil War ghost. That's all I have to say on that one. He's fine. I want to put him low. I would put him in the middle of the road. I don't have that many thoughts on Gunther, to be honest. Marnie, I like Marnie. I do. I think her relationship with Mayor Luis is really fucking weird, if I'm going to be completely honest. And it's not because there's like a very, very clear age gap. I mean, God, man is in his 80s. That is not an age gap. That is an age canyon. An age gap in a relationship doesn't have to be inherently problematic. I think it's more because I don't like this. Let's be real. I mean, doll, you can do better than that, man. Like, as her own character, I think she's fine. She's very important to me, who mostly like focuses on animal products in game. Like, very important to me, and I cannot bash that queen. I can't. She has helped me way too much. Dollar store, Slade Wilson, also known as Marlin. I don't have an opinion on him really. I buy weapons from him. That's about it. I don't think he has much going on story wise, so I'm just gonna put him in D. Anyone else still really butthurt that you just can't marry Robin in game? Yeah, I still am. I can't. Can I put her in S tier? If she was, other than Pierre, she's probably the shopkeep you will interact with the most. It's hard to put her anywhere but S. She is great. I love her personality. She's literally like one of the first characters that you meet, and is the only one of those two that's not a pain in the ass. Mayor Luis. But I guess S tier. S tier is fine. I also feel like the lesbians would come after me if I put Robin any lower on a tier list in Pride Month. Willie. I like Willie. Not too. I like Willie. He's a dude. He definitely smells though. He's like one of those characters that you can just smell. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Cannot explain that any better than I do. That's a thing I have. All right, miscellaneous NPCs then. The bouncer. I don't have an opinion on him. I really don't. I didn't put another guy in C, but I have no opinion on this man. Caroline. I like Caroline. She's a bit controlling of Abigail, which is a bit of a problem for me, but I'm usually friends with her in game, so I can't knock her so much. But she gives me tea, and again, that is the quickest way to my heart. Demetrius, I gotta be real. I hate this man. I don't have that many thoughts about him. I don't go on my ways to talk to this man. I don't. He's really weird about his stuff. You gotta knock him points for that one. I think he's another candidate for the D. I really don't like him. I think that anyone who's like romanced Mario in game can probably agree with me on this one. He does give you bats though. He does give you the ability to get bats. Maybe that knocks him up to D. The dwarf. I have no opinion. I barely interact with them. I don't play that much late. I haven't played that much of late game Stardew, so I'm a little iffy on that one. So middle of the road. Evelyn. Oh, Evelyn's delightful. I can't hate on Evelyn. She's such a sweet old lady. I wouldn't put her in S tier, but B is accurate. George. What is there to say about George? George is funny. George is kind of funny. He's that old fuddy-duddy. He's definitely got problems. I think Put him in D tier. I think he's kind of entertaining, to be perfectly honest. Especially that meme of pity. I think that's hilarious. I don't even know who you are, so F tier. All right, the governor is not a character, man. He really isn't. He just shows up. You can feed him Mayor Luis's shorts. I hate politicians, so F tier. Not L, but F tier. I don't even know who you are, so go and see. Middle of the road. Yeah, I'm gonna do these two together because I have absolutely no fucking opinion on Jackson Vincent. I don't go up. It's another character that I just don't bother with. I don't hate him. I don't really care about him either. If you add a little bit of life to Stardew Valley, I will, just as NPCs running around, I guess that you add a little bit of life, so see. Jody and Kent. I'm also lumping these two together. To be honest, I don't really care that much for Jody. She doesn't have that much. She's just like her son. She does not have that much going on, but I think I don't hate her. I don't really yeah, she has to go in C2. God, there's so many middle of the road characters. Honestly, I could put Hayley lower. Lesbians are coming after me when this video comes out. Can't add so much for like the world building of the game and so much of the lore outside of it that I have to put him a little bit higher. His story is a bit more interesting, to be honest. I don't play that much late game Stardew anyway, so I don't have that much of a chance to. I have like maybe a couple of years to interact with him. Krobus, if I put Krobus Krobus is a lad. I'm putting him in S tier, and I will not explain myself. He's just a chill dude. Linus is going A tier. I like Linus a lot. He's just that chill hippie dude. And I love the fan theory that he's secretly like the Jojo Corp owner who just decided to abandon his wealth. And I fucking love that headcanon. But he gives you he's well worth like getting to know in game because he gives you a lot of really good stuff, like the sashimi recipe and all of that. Mr. Qui or Ki or Chi, depending on how you want to pronounce that. I have no opinion. I've never seen this pronounced, so I have no opinion on him. I can't have an opinion. I've never reached perfection in this game because I don't have enough time to do that. I need to get on and Switch and just start taking it with me. Try to get perfection on that. Pam, fucking hate Pam. She goes in F tier. Town drunk. It's the reason why that she's the reason you have to pay money to fix the bus in game. I just don't like Pam. She's not very nice to Penny either, which is another like don't like you. No, not for me. And finally, the wizard. I love the wizard. Possibly Abigail's father, so I can't knock on him too hard. That's my favorite like fan theory ever, man. I can put him in B. I don't like him too much, but I do like him, so. Oh god. All right, this is fun. I have not done a tier list in so long on the channel, and it's been a delight to come back and do this. I'll have to do some more. I did promise to do Pokemon tier list at some point, and I should actually go back and do that now that Gen 10 is done. Maybe I get some other people involved in that one too, because that would be fun. But I'm gonna leave this one here. This is the RML actual factual 100%. I know there's some characters that aren't on there because of the Ginger Island update, but I have not even gotten to Ginger Island myself, so it doesn't really matter that much. Maybe after I play some more, I'll come back and do like a short. But I'm gonna leave this episode here. Here's a couple of videos that YouTube thinks you'll like, comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube nonsense, and I really appreciate watching this far. Hope to see whether you're new or old here. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.